Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. In week 6, you're going to have, we're going to be going over chapter 7, and you're going to be having a midterm exam. Now first, chapter 7 is going to be looking at, let me get it here in the book to focus on. Chapter 7 is going to be looking at hypothesis testing and confidence intervals, but applying it in multiple regression. When we looked at chapter 6, we discussed multiple regression analysis, and it provides a way to mitigate the problem of omitted variables bias by including additional regressors, thereby trying to control the effects of these additional regressors. The coefficient of the multiple regression model can be estimated by the OLS. Like all estimators, the OLS estimator has sampling uncertainty because its values differ from one sample to the next. In this chapter, it will present the methods for quantifying the sampling uncertainty of the OLS estimator through the use of standard errors, statistical hypotheses tests, and confidence intervals. One new possibility that might arise in multiple regression is hypotheses that simultaneously involves two or more regression coefficients. The general approach to testing such joint hypotheses involves a new statistic, the F statistic. So the F statistic might be something else we're going to be evaluating this week. For this week, you have your midterm exam. And on your midterm exam, we're going to be focused on the same types of questions that the same types of questions that you're used to on the other exams, multiple choice setup, but it's going to be a little more questions and worth more points. Now, the exam still is due by Saturday night, so make sure to focus on meeting the deadlines. Some of the questions that might be helpful on the exam, you're going to have 25 questions. What is a type 1 error? What's a type 2 error? The role of an estimate. What is an estimator? An example of a randomized controlled experiment. What does that mean? What is a binary variable? What is econometrics looking at? What is skewness and kurtosis? What is the F statistic and the single restriction on the F statistic? What is heteroscedasticity? How is the least square estimator derived? What is the dummy variable trap? What is this an example of? What is the cumulative probability distribution? What does that show with regard to probability? What is the critical value of a two-sided t-test? What is the confidence interval for a single coefficient in a multiple regression? What are the OLS residuals? What is inflation? When you study inflation, what type of data is that? What is panel data? When looking at two coefficients, what is the confidence sets? What statistic should you use when looking at testing joint hypotheses? What is imperfect multicollinearity? What is the t-statistic? What is a positive skewness? What does that mean? What would be a result of positive skewness if I give you examples? What is the probability of an outcome? And what are the main advantages of using multiple regression analysis over differences in means testing? So those are some of the examples you're looking at. Make sure to focus and review what we've went over, and I know you'll do well in your work. I look forward to your efforts.